breakfast.
Yeah.
Served to me by my husband. He thinks I'm a logger. And this is even bigger.
I am a logger.
You are. Yeah, well, you're going to be a wood chopper anyways today when we can.
Good morning from the Zippsters. We're having breakfast. I'm having a lumberjack breakfast. Lisa's having a lumberjack breakfast. Do it for a lady.
Junior.
Junior. We're having bacon and eggs. No toast.
No toast for us. No potatoes anymore.
No.
No homemade bread.
No.
And what's the special about today, Mr. Zippster?
We're going camping. We're going camping to Lake Shawnee and Lake Cowichan. Lake Cowichan, yeah. At Kayakos.
Kaikous, I think.
Kayakos, yeah. Yeah.
You've seen it before in our videos.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
No talking with our mouth full. We're a bit short on time, so we're recording this as we eat breakfast. Excuse us. Hope you had a good breakfast. And Paul worked hard in the past couple of days. I only helped a little bit to get the kayak and the rooftop carrier up on the top of the van.
Yeah, they packed the whole car.
Yeah, and lots of wood because we had cut down a plum tree and cut severely pruned an apple tree. Took one whole section off our 5-variety apple tree. And then we had lots of good wood scraps from the shed rebuild, which I'm sorry, we did video a great deal of the shed rebuild, but the editor here hasn't sat down and put it together. Maybe while we're away. Okay, more to come later today, possibly. Yeah. And hopefully I don't know if we'll get time to kayak today. The days are long. It was gorgeous last night. See you from the kayak. We just have a one-man, so, and there's not going to be any swimming.
No, not in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we are leaving.
Finally. 3:18.
Yeah, 3:18.
We got fooling around with the camera, trying to get it to work.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see you when we get there.
Long haul truck driver. How many wheeler? 18-wheeler driver. So I've never weighed a vehicle before, but we were laughing. This thing, I'm going to turn this around. Oh my goodness, we have to bring our water because, so we got 3 of those water containers because the water isn't on at this campground yet. It's only May. A lot of private properties along here. Is that what angle is that? Just a very big cylinder, so it kind of glass is the flattest part we can. And our picnic table, how do you do that? Right as we were about to move the picnic table and try to make this very steep slope our camping home for a few days, the attendant came and told us that wasn't the one. We were in the next one over, which turned out to be very good. That was not 17. That wasn't the campsite. Ours was next door. So songs of worries, travel with the storm.
Good news, and our apologies for the poor quality audio. I ordered microphones today.
Mr. Zippsters putting up the tent. He ordered them once we got home because out at the lake we have no internet. But once I'm trying to edit this, it's pretty apparent that our audio's no good without microphones. Now we will rearrange our furniture. But we don't want to have to go all the way around that stump every time, so I'm almost wondering if we should just bring it right out to here. I'll do this end, you do that end. Although we do sleep in our van, which we built a bed for, it's so full of stuff when we arrive at camp that we put up a tent, and that becomes our storage space. It's protected from rain and it's shady. We put our portable fridge, which we power off our Jackery inside it, and so it's a very handy thing to have. And if one person's not sleeping well, it's big enough that you could actually have a mattress in there and sleep in there also. Travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. Quiet here. Just getting the tent up. I'm sure it'll take a while 'cause I'm still sore, yeah, now. When you're gone. Yes, truly. So peaceful. But not always. I have a little story. This day I did go out and enjoy this peaceful calm. And as you'll see in a moment, right across from our camp spot is a very cute little island. In fact, right in front of it is another very tiny island where the geese were living. Very noisy geese. And behind that is one of the several privately owned islands on this lake. And the camp attendant told me that a nice couple have a barge, which you'll see probably in later video, tied up. And when they want to go to their island, they bring it over to the campground, and they drive, I believe it's a motorhome, but possibly a truck and trailer. They drive that home onto the island, and they have some lovely facilities there. So here, the intrepid Mrs. Zippster, always adventuresome, decided that, I think it was the day after this, I was going to explore the larger islands way at the end of the lake. Well, I started out in a calm lake and I dilly-dallied because it was so beautiful along the shore, and I just kept going into the shade along the edges of the trees. But as I finally went across and traversed across to the island, little did I know that a calm lake, a blue sky, and no wind does not always indicate a calm lake, a continuing calm lake. So as I got close to the northwest end of the island, I saw that I was parallel to the one of the main inhabited privately owned islands, and decided to cut across the lake to loop around it. And so I did that, and it was a lot of work. So as I rounded it and came out the other end, I thought, oh, this is kind of hard going, and I noticed waves coming up, and sure enough, I had to row all the way home on quite a choppy lake. There were little mini whitecaps, and I'm an old lady, and it was hard work. I had to lean right forward and just dig into it. And boy, was I ever glad to see the shore. And at one point I could see Paul looking out, looking back and forth. So I think we were both happy I got home. As soon as I got out of the van when we arrived at camp, I saw a beautiful trillium in bloom. I was thrilled just to see one. But when I went to the pit toilets, yes, they have pit toilets, but they're the nicest, cleanest, best smelling pit toilets I've ever seen. So as I went there, I saw that the woods were just full of trillium. All through the woods were fern and trillium. It was a beautiful sight. Comes the old doggy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Patty. There's a nice spot in the sun for you. Patty, Patty, where are you? Where are you? Are you camping?
Songs of worries travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now, when you're gone, I know things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still so young.
Do you hear those kids? Is that what you're I'll keep him happy. He went down next door.
I still have a long way to walk, I'm sure. It'll take a while to reach the golden shore. Walls and mountains standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway.
Right about that moment, I noticed that it was turning out to be a very pretty sunset. So I threw down my hot dog and ran so that I could get this next footage of the sunset.
I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must
I'm
try.
back to finish my hot dog. And so I trudge up the pebbly beach to pick up where I left off, finishing my hot dog after having run to catch that setting sun. It was well worth it.
Things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still so young now. When you're gone, I know I still have a long way to walk, I'm sure. It'll take a while to
You like having your dessert in front of a campfire. Cup of chai, some coconut cream pie.
This is camping.
This is camping, celebrating life, celebrating the natural beauty of British Columbia, Canada. How fortunate we are. And there's our little Paddington. All snuggled in. Oh, he doesn't like to stay covered in his blanket. How do you like camping, Patty? Are you having fun? Okay. Sweetheart. So ready. Come on, lovely 9 o'clock. Lost lights glowing over the hills. And a low battery. This is my camera telling me. Okay. It's a low battery, so I'll say goodnight and charge it overnight. What do you think, Zipster?
Oh, just enjoying the morning.
How lovely it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure is beautiful here.
Peaceful. The breeze that came up a while ago was quite a strong little breeze, and it was really making the lake ripple. It's kind of died down. We've already had a nice fire to heat our water, and we did our coffee on the over there. You see, we did it on the Coleman.
There's an athlete.
Oh, those are salmon berries. Get close to them. Who doesn't love swinging on a swing? What great memories of childhood. I just found this too tempting, but the big question is, will it hold me? I think that rope looks a little frayed. Let's see. Well, the only way to find out is to give it a try. Yeah, so far so good. Don't forget to let us know in the comments, what are your whys or why nots of camping? Do you camp? Do you not camp? Do you hate camping? Do you love camping? What's your favorite thing about camping? We'd love to hear from you. Out at the big island. The water's really shallow here. It was really deep between the little island and the big island. Oops, drifting away. Now you'll recall I mentioned the couple who drove their barge from the campgrounds to this island, and this is their barge, which has a hot tub and a slide to slide into the water, and different watercrafts. Last year it had, or in 23 it had those big blow-up water toys. So it looks like they have a lot of fun on their island home.
Going kayaking, Patty? Patty? You're going on your first boat ride. Have fun. Okay, I'll shove you off. I'll try. They are my two cuties. Ready to go. Okay, you got it? Hope it doesn't jump off. I don't know if you can swim home. Like it? He doesn't like it? Oh, he thinks he can swim? Well, let him out close to shore and then he can swim in. Get wet, so what? Daddy, what did you do? Did you ruin Daddy's kayaking trip?
after a little fun out in the kayak, we had a good appetite. You know, there's nothing like fresh air and exercise to make you hungry. So Paul got a good fire going, and Patty started licking his chops when he smelt that meat. He loves it when we have chicken or beef or pork with the bone in. And he's, believe it or not, has lived all these 14 human years and eaten chicken bones. I'd never heard of it before I met this Patty. This guy's making cucumbers and sweet onions, cucumbers with smoke. Smoked everything. We're smoked, the food's smoked. Garbage can.
So, good night and goodbye for now from the Canadians, both the geese, aka the honkers, and the Zippsters. Stay tuned for part 2. If you enjoyed our adventure, please give us a like and subscribe.